Well, hello there, amazing people. English Bob, good old EB, basically proved why I'm still using Windows in some cases. I use both Windows and Linux. But he actually made a good point without actually knowing it, why some of us are not jumping full time into Linux. And I will play a bit of this video here and I will basically talk about it. And I am in a Windows virtual machine. My host system is Windows. I also run Linux in a virtual machine. I also have a host system that is Linux. Just depend on my work day, what I need to do, what I want to do, what my mood is. But I do mostly want Windows. I do like to mess around with Linux. I've been messing around with Linux for fucking 22, 3, 4 years now. And I have ran Linux non-stop without any Windows for 10 years or more at one point, like from the 2000 to 2010-ish, 11-ish. I just got fed up with it, and this is why. So let's react to his video. Let's just see what the good old, good young English Bob is telling us.
Now that I've managed to sort just about everything out on the Peppermint, actually I'm very, very happy with it.
And this is why you should also watch the other two, sort all the things out. And that's not how he mean it, really. He means it that now he has set it up. But he has also sorted some problems out. And there's some security issues. Esting has made a companion video, how to get the right Firefox. And yeah, let's just... I will not watch the whole video, but yeah, going through it, quite a big bit of it.
If you're a brand new user, you may have some... simple to solve issues.
There you go. If you're a brand new user, you may have some simple issues. A lot of those simple issues you have with, in this case, Peppermint. And this is not to bash on Peppermint. This is like in general with Linux. It could be Ubuntu. Some distributions have more, some have less. But in general, this is a Linux problem. I am in a stage in my life, as you guys can see, I'm a I'm a fat, sweaty motherfucker, okay? I work, I go to the gym, I'm trying to lose this fatness to me here. I have family and stuff like that. I don't want to be a system administrator. At home, I don't get paid for it. When I'm running my operating system, I don't want to be like, oh my god, I'm doing an update. What the fuck is going to get broken right now? Debian, not so much. Arch, you know, I have had Solus break on me a couple of times the last 6 months. That's why I have not talked much about Solus. Solus is not what it used to be, sadly. There's all of these fucking crazy things that I don't deal with under Windows. I have not had Windows break my system doing an update the last 4 years. 4 fucking years. And the update that broke my Windows, it was not breaking it, I just had to reinstall the driver. You be the judge of how you interpret that as breaking a system.
A big shout out yet again to Esnix.
Esnick.
For his clearing the cache icon issue, which this distro suffers from the same as Esnix does. So if we run htop, you'll see that I'm running just shy of a gig of RAM usage whilst recording a video. From a cold boot up, it was just over a gig of RAM usage, and I did what Esnix suggested after checking it on the Debian forums, and it's absolutely correct. And what it does, it basically halves your memory usage, so it flushes the cache out, rebuilds all the icon cache, and I end up now with about 480 megabytes in use from a cold boot.
Again, I hate to say this, that should not be a problem. I am honestly, I don't fucking care. That should not be a problem. It should really not be a problem. It's like putting a door in a house and forget to put the fucking handle in to open the door. That is a oversight in my humble opinion. And it's all those small things that it's just like, like I said, I don't want to deal with that fucking shit. I understand if you want to deal with it and you don't have other things to do, or that's just because you really like doing those things. I like doing those things. I did that for 10 years. Like I said, from 2000 to up to 2010. I'm over with it. It was a never-ending fucking work. And yes, you can have long period of time where Linux just fucking works. But you know what? Then there's this problem. Then there's that problem. Then this don't work correctly. Or then, oh my god, why can't I get this peripheral to work the same as on the Windows? And why is this not the same? Why is this compatibility so fucking out of whack? And it just gets fucking tiresome, man.
Which is no mean achievement. The whole thing is running. I also cleaned up. We'll see. The Bullseye proposal in
I will skip a lot ahead because he is talking about a lot of things.
So you need to bear that in mind.
And I want you guys to watch
leave
the
that
video.
Ticked. We're going to have to use the Bullseye repos for not that he knows. 0.04, and this did again what Esnix recommended, and this is from the security build, the 9.
So he's talking about that if you just update Chromium, you don't really get the security fixes. You have to get them from the security fixes repo. So you have to go out of your way. You have to go out of your way to get the security patches and a secure version and a better version than you already have. Again, on the Windows, it's just done for you. You don't have to go out of your way and basically do more work to be up to date with your packages or more secure with your packages. Another reason why I think this whole thing in Meduski here with Linux is a little bit of a problem in my humble opinion. Ubuntu do it another way. Ubuntu just automatically get security fixes and updates and stuff like that. I know this is not all distributions, but in a lot of instances, you can have these kind of problems here with Linux.
28.04540. YouTube will be fine, but Netflix just won't work. If you go ahead and install Chromium, it won't work on things like Netflix. YouTube will be fine, but Netflix just won't work because it doesn't have the Wildvine codecs installed.
So here's the thing. Okay, I have to install a codec, and I think that why that Netflix and stuff that won't work is the DRM, and therefore you have to install a separate package. Some distributions do it by default. Some you have to just download. I think it's an FFM pack for Chromium or something like that, or you have to go onto a website, and you can get it in all different kind of ways. This just works on the Windows. It just works on the Windows. Depending on your distribution, you have to do something or nothing. And that's, again, a problem that I don't like that we have on the Linux. Why do I have to jump over a lot of fences to get to the same point where on Windows it's just a straight road? Why do I want to make my life more complicated? I don't get it. Why do I punish myself just so I can wave the penguin and say, hey, I'm a Linux user? Why not just use the best tool or the most convenient tool for the job?
So, in order to fix that, talk about up the elephant and round the freaking castle, I had to install Google Chrome, which of course I don't want to use, and then I had to run some commands that imported the Wildvine from Google Chrome into Chromium. Suppose I should have just used Google Chrome, shouldn't I, really? But anyway.
Yeah, he should just have used Google Chrome. But here's again, he's proving my point. Again, why do you want to drag the elephant around the castle? Why do you want to tie up your fucking testicles in a vise and singing a song while you're balancing a fucking whiskey in one hand and a 4-layer cake in the other one and trying to build a fucking engine from the ground up or rebuilding an engine? Why do you want to do that? Why do you want to do that? Or you could run Windows and it just works. You get what I'm saying here? It's these fucking, like, I get it. When it's all set up and done, it's fucking amazing. Linux just fucking steam ahead and it works, and it's a fucking joy and it's an accomplishment and it's amazing. But what if the fucking breaks after an update? And I have had that happen more times on Linux than Windows, on different distributions.
Anyway, there we are. That's resolved the issue. I can assure you that Netflix is now running sweet as a nut. under perfectly security fixes. So bear that in mind. Amazon Prime, and you the important things are very nice.
Anyway, I want you guys to watch this video, but you get what I'm trying. I hope you get what I'm trying to say here. There are some drawbacks of running Windows, of course. There is the telemetry that some people don't like. There's the personal data collection that some people don't like. There is the closeness of it, that you don't have the same control over your operating system that some people don't like. I get that. But honestly, for me, and this is not just me, there's a lot of people thinking like this out in the world, and that's why they don't run Linux. I'm willing to sacrifice the customizability, the freedom, the openness of Linux if I don't have to be a system administrator when I come home from work and I'm beat up, I've been yelled at, I've been kicked at, I've been moving around heavy fucking objects all day and stuff like that. I don't want to sit and be a system administrator unless I want to. And that's why I still run Linux, not Linux, well, I do run Linux, but why I run Windows as my host system a lot of times, because I actually have a pending update with Windows right now. I have set it to reboot at like 1 o'clock this morning. It hadn't updated in 14 days. I hadn't had to reboot in 14 days. I'm not joking here. I've run Windows for over 3 months without rebooting, with no I didn't even noticing it. I was just one day, I was like, I haven't rebooted in fucking forever. So I looked at my uptime in the task manager. It was like 3 months and 2 weeks or something like that. I was like, I probably should reboot just to be sure. And that was under Windows 10. I came to this conclusion, and this is just for me. This is just my life as it is. In my advanced old age, if you think about the internet, I'm a fucking dinosaur here right now. Is that for me, that like to do a lot of things that Linux don't do well. I play a lot of games that Linux don't play well. I use a lot of software that you can't replicate or find alternative for under Linux. And yes, now all the fucking... Can you fat fuck just do CPU pass-through and all of that fucking shit? Have you not seen Some Ordinary Gamer? Yeah, I've seen Mutahar. Nice dude. But here's the thing. It's a fucking hassle to set up. And either I need a separate graphic card. You go find me a separate graphic card in today's age. Or I have to have a script that basically unplug and plug my graphic card in again, or switch it on and off, depending on when I'm in a virtual machine or not. Or I could just run Windows as my host that do everything I want, and Linux in a VM that do some of the things that I want. The things I do in Linux don't require a graphic card, basically, or at least a beefy graphic card. But the things I do under Windows do require a beefy graphic card. So the things I do under Linux don't require a graphic card. That's running in a VM. And my life has been so much fucking more convenient, easier, and stuff like that by running Windows with Linux in a VM. Linux is in this weird place. It do complicated, amazing things. Really, really simple and great. But it's doing simple things in a really, really backwards, complicated way. See you all later. Bye-bye.